Hello, good day. My name is Chris Njoku. Today we'll be looking at sorting in Microsoft Excel. Sorting data is very fundamental in data analysis. A range of data in a column or columns can be sorted using the sort ascending or sort descending command. This is what I'm trying to talk about. On your ribbon, look to your extreme right, and then you see your sort and filter. You click on it. This is the ascending command, and then there is also the descending command. Both are used for sorting. And so moving forward, we are going to be looking at a couple of examples. The first on the list will be to sort text. Looking at this data before us from A1 to A21, let's try to sort the data in ascending order. Now, take note of this. A1 is the heading of this column. As you can see, name. That is to tell you that from A2 to A21 are names. And so we must exempt A1 in our sorting, or else there will be error in the outcome of the sorting. So let's move forward. 3 steps are to be taken in order to sort our data in ascending order. First, we select the data from A2 to A21. We click on the Home tab and then go to the Sort and Filter menu. We click on it and then we click on the Sort A to Z. That is to sort in ascending order command. We click on it. As you can see, this data has been sorted in alphabetical order from B to W. So that is just how to sort text. Now let's look at what we would have done if we had not omitted the first row. Assuming we select all of the data, including the name, and then we click on the Home tab, the Sort and Filter menu, and then Sort A to Z. You can see that the heading, which was name, has been included in the sorting, which is very wrong. So you must take note of headings in data series before you sort. So let's click on Ctrl Z. So moving forward, we have tried to look at sorting text. Another example of sorting text could be the descending order of sorting your data. Let's select the data range again, and then we click on the Home tab, click on the Sort and Filter menu, and click on descending order, which is sort Z to A. And so this is how it looks like. So W down to B. This is sorting in descending order. So that is just what it is. Now, moving forward, we'd like to look at another example of sorting. In this case, we'll be looking at sorting numbers. So let me quickly pick another data source. So this is it. We have total stats as the column header. Now to quickly sort the data in ascending order, we select the data from A2 to A21. We click on the Home tab and then Sort and Filter menu. Sort from smallest to largest. You can see 195 is the smallest and then the largest is 534. Now let's look at sorting the data in descending order. We'll click on the Home tab again, Sort and Filter, sort largest to smallest. You can see 534 is the largest number and the smallest is 195. So that is just how to sort number. Now let's look at something similar to what we did while sorting the text. Let's assume we mistakenly add the very first row, which is the heading, to the data selection. Let's try to see if we can sort from smallest to largest and see what happens to it. Now we'll click on the Home tab, Sort and Filter menu, sort smallest to largest. You can see that it went ahead and did the sorting because our interest is on numbers. The total stats here are text, and so Excel will omit that row because it is not part of its interest in the sorting. So that is just one very unique feature of sorting numbers that is different from sorting text. Now we have done the sorting in alphabetical order from smallest to largest. Let's look at other examples. Another example of sorting is sorting one column in a range of data. Now let me pick another data source. So sorting one column in a range of data. We have two columns before us. The first is the name column, and then the second is the total stats column, A and B. Now, assuming we want to sort just the name column, we highlight the data from A2 to A21. Let's go ahead and click on the Home tab and then the Sort and Filter menu and then sort A to Z. Look at the warning before us. It said Microsoft Excel found data next to your selection. Since you have not selected this data, it will not be sorted. What do you want to do? The first option is expand the selection. The second option is continue with the current selection and then sort. Now, there's something very important here to note. Excel is trying to let us understand that these two columns have a relationship. The very first row of the names, Bobaso has a total start of 318. So that is the relationship between the name and the start column. Ivysaw has 405 as total starts. And so if we go ahead and sort only this column, the sorting will result to mismatch of the name and total starts. And so that is what Excel is trying to draw our attention to. But for us to really see the problem, let's go ahead and click on continue with the current selection and then sort so that we see what happens. So now you can see the first name, which was Bobasaw, has moved to the third column. And then the 318, that is the total start of Bobasaw, is now lying on the same row with Bedre. You can see that the data is no longer coherent. If you go ahead and conduct any data analysis with this data assistant, there will be serious error because this was not the original data. So now I'm going to click on Ctrl Z again so that you see how the data looked originally. Now we're seeing Bedre having total start of 318, but that wasn't what it was before now. So this is the original data. So you can see that Bedre has 395. When we sorted only this column, the 395 of Bedre was no longer attached to Bedre. Rather, Bedre took the position of Bobasaw, and then 318 was now on the same row with it. So that is the danger of sorting just one column from a data range that have relationship, that are lying side by side. So now let's go ahead and do the needful by sorting the column and ensuring that Excel expands the sorting to include the total start column. So we'll click on the Home tab, Sort and Filter menu, sort A to Z, and then we heed to the advice of Excel by saying expand the selection. So we click on sort. So before then, let's take a look and see Bobasaw has 18 attached to it. So by the time we expand the sorting, let's go and check if wherever Bobasaw is located, the 318 is attached to it as the total start. So click on sort. Now look at Bobasaw. It's no longer in the first position, it's in the third position of the names, and then it has its total start 318 attached to it. This is the right sorting. And so we must ensure that while we're trying to sort just one column, we expand the selection to have effect on the next column lying side by side to it. So that is just the practical example we need to deal on in sorting one column. So now we move forward. The next we are going to be looking at, we're going to be sorting more than one column. We're going to be sorting more than one column. So let me pick the data that we're going to use for that. So this is it. Now, for us to do that, we're going to select the data range together from A to B21. So we click on the Home tab, Sort and Filter menu, and then click on Sort A to Z. Now you can see that Bulbasaur is still attached to its total start of 318. So let's just note the difference between trying to sort one column and then sorting more than one column. When you try to sort just one column, you must ensure that the sorting is expanded to cover the data range. However, the best form of sorting for two columns lying side by side should be to select the data range together, cover up the two columns, and then do your sorting. In that case, you will not have any challenge. So that is that for this very wonderful and important topic in Excel. If you're seeing this video, ensure that you download the 4 files I've used for this very video. I'm going to ensure that these files are uploaded alongside the video so that you can download them and then go ahead and follow my steps to do your practice. Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Chris Njoku.